Hey everyone, I just wanted to make a quick video. It's not going to be like my normal videos that I make, but I'm sure many of you have heard or will hear about Christina Grimmie getting shot at her show. And first of all, I just want to say I send my prayers and condolences to her family and everyone affected, and it's just a horrible, horrible thing to happen, period. I just feel like part of the problem in this whole scenario, first of all, the person who shot her had to have some kind of inner turmoil, mental illness, something of that kind, that was probably not being dealt with. And that can be for a number of reasons. I mean, there's this huge stigma surrounding mental health where people are ashamed of it. They get made fun of and bullied for it. Even people in the medical field, even doctors, can make people feel really ashamed of having a mental illness because they don't understand the depth of it, and they don't understand that it's something as real as any physical illness out there. So you have this huge population of people that don't get help for their mental illness because they're ashamed. Somebody's gonna make fun of them. They feel like they'll be judged. People will look at them differently. And they think these things because this is what happens with when you tell somebody you have mental illness, or you know someone that said that they have a mental illness, and therefore you see all these people making judgments about them, and maybe even yourself making judgments about them. And there's nothing to judge. Mental illness is just the same as having physical illness. And part of the problem, I feel like, in this situation is the fact that there is so much stigma surrounding mental illness, period, that people don't get the help that they need out of fear of this stigma. And I feel like, I'm not saying this is what is going on in this situation, but I feel like it is a huge part of it. It's a huge part of these kinds of crimes and horrible things that take place, is because people don't get the support that they need. But I think it's time that we change that, because too many innocent people have lost their lives in this same way. Somebody had something going on and they felt like they had to kill somebody. I think it's time that we make a change in how we view mental illness, in how we talk about mental illness, how we communicate it to other people, and how we support one another. For those of us who have it, how we support each other. And if you don't have a mental illness, how you support someone who does. I know there's a lot of people that are going to watch this and think, well, what am I going to do to make an impact? There's no way I'm going to be able to make a change, help this whole, in the stigma movement. What can I do? But that's the first mistake you make when you want to make a change, is think that you don't matter. Because see, it takes every single person making a change to make a huge change. And so it starts with you, and it starts with me, and it starts with every single person watching this, and every single person out there that wants this change. It starts with you. And the first thing that you can do is don't ever bully someone, make fun of someone, talk down to someone, or anything like that that has a mental illness. Because you would not do that to somebody who has any kind of other physical illness, diabetes, anything like that, heart disease. You wouldn't make fun of them because they had that condition. Well, neither should you to somebody who has mental illness. The second thing you can do is, if you know somebody going through something like what we're talking about, give them your support. You know, you may not have the answers, but you can be there. You can be there for someone and not give them any answers. You can just be there. And if they need something more than you just being there, if they need more help, then help them find it. Let them take your hand and you guide them to the help that they need. And don't make them feel bad about it. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to be ashamed of. And you can be such an important role in them getting well again by just supporting them. The third thing you can do is talk about it. Because the worst thing that we can do as people who want this to end, this stigma, is to keep quiet. Because it's time to stop keeping quiet about this. This is a problem, and it's a growing problem until we put a stop to it. We being everyone. Be the person that in your group of friends says, hey, we shouldn't make fun of her for that. Or, you know, hey, they must be going through a hard time. Let's go befriend them or something. But talking about it is going to be one of the most important things we can do. Sorry for such a long rant. I just feel very strongly about this, and I really want this whole stigma to go away, because I just feel like if we didn't have it, then we could prevent so many of these situations and prevent so many people from losing their lives if people weren't ashamed to go get help. So if you want to help, I would hope that you would take these suggestions and put them into use in your own life. Share this video if you want. Start the conversation on social media. Whatever you want to do, doing something, anything, is better than sitting around and doing nothing and just thinking and hoping and wishing that things would change. Because if we unite and we all try to make this change, we can do it. We this sounds cheesy, but we can change the world. And I truly believe that. I truly believe we together can put an end to this stigma. Anyway, I gotta go to a wedding, so I hope all of you are well out there, and please help in the stigma, because it is horrible when things like this happen and innocent people lose their lives. So, hope you all have a great afternoon, and I'll see you next time.